11 Things You Should Never Do in Norway by Anna Goldman. I feel like I should already know these things since I am part Norwegian, but I really don't know any etiquette at all. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Hi guys, my name is Anna and welcome to my channel. Usually every single Sunday I'm going hiking, and today, not to feel alone, I'm taking you with me. In this video I'm going to tell you my list of 11 things you should never do in Norway. I have many of you guys from Norway here, so if I'm wrong about something or I'm missing anything, please let me know in the comments down below. Number 1. Thinking that Norway is a small country. Guys,
we know
you
that
cannot
one.
imagine how many people don't understand how large Norway actually.
I was literally talking about this in my other video. Like, it is so long, and even somebody mentioned, I think, that it like borders Russia too. Like, it's like it wraps around Sweden and Finland and then still touching over into Russia. Yeah, the Russian, oh my goodness, it's so big. Like, it would take you forever to drive from like Stavanger to Tromsø or something like that. Has anybody ever done that, by the way?
Is. I've heard many times that some people actually think that to get from Oslo to Bergen takes 2 hours with a car. Let me open you a little secret. To drive from Oslo to Bergen takes 7 hours to drive with no stops.
No stops.
Norway
No
has a lot of
stops.
mountains.
I will say I am pretty used to the drives, such as 7 hours or so. Those are pretty typical to me, and not that long. It used to be like 3 or 4 hours used to be like very long to me, and then I started having to drive like 7 hours all the time, and it became so simple. Even I've had to make really long trips, like, I don't know, 14 to 16 hours, like, often. So it's not that big deal to me, but to some people it is very long.
It takes so many hours to drive from one place to another. For example, it takes 5 hours to fly from the south part all the way up. No, Norway is a very long country which is stretching from top of Europe all the way to the Arctic Circle. If you start a really large spin in the most south point of Norway and spin the country all around, Norway will reach all the way.
It's all the way down there. It's literally touching Italy. I've never thought about that. Holy goodness.
To Italy. Do you enjoy this video and find it informative? Please let me know about it. I will be happy to see your reaction. Second, get too close to anyone, anywhere. After 10 years of living in England and especially in Italy, I got quite used to people getting really close to you when you speak.
I don't even know the lady and she calling me a son on a beach.
Norwegians are very different. People in Norway appreciate their personal space. They're not being rude, it's just their nature. If you're not sure how close you should go, just watch their body language and don't get any closer if they back away from you.
That's what I'm saying. You walk up to somebody and they're like, yo, relax. I can hear you from 10 feet away. Stand 10 feet away.
Boy, get away. Stay back. Stay back.
I would say half a meter or a meter is quite a safe distance. However, during current situation, I got this message from my colleagues.
Oh.
Keep this in mind. Third,
Because that whole
never
C thing.
show up late. It
Ooh,
is
late,
considered
yes.
to be rude or to be late for the event or cancel at the last minute. Up to 10 minutes late, it is okay. Norwegians will understand if you let them know in advance that you're going to be late for the event. Oh, I'm so sorry, I got lost while hiking. I will be 7 minutes late.
Ooh, 7 minutes. That's not that big of a deal. But I guess if somebody is going to be 30 minutes late or so and they let you know, how, I guess, does it lessen how mad you are about the situation, or does it matter why they're going to be late? I wonder if that's a big deal and plays a big part.
Actually, some Norwegians like when people coming earlier to help them out. Think number 4, making eye contact all the time for a really long time. Norwegians
It's just weird, I guess.
don't like eye contact. They don't necessarily consider it's rude, they just don't know what to do about it and how to react. It doesn't mean that you should avoid it at all, especially when you greet someone. It's normal to look them in the eye. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. But don't look at them for too long. A simple rule here, just make the same long eye contact as they do.
That's interesting. So if you're gonna make eye contact with somebody, that's almost like a universal rule. But in some places, if you don't make eye contact, it's like a big no-no. So it's interesting that it's like that here in Norway.
I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please give me a reaction. Also consider subscribing to my channel. I will be so happy to have you as a part of my society. Number 5. You cannot underestimate the word koselig. Koselig means cozy, which is extremely important for Norwegians. Whether it is staying inside next to the fireplace or spending a whole weekend in a cabin, hot koselig means for Norwegians to be 100% comfortable and to become really open up to other people. Christmas Eve is the most important day for Norwegians, where everything has to be koselig and traditions have to be followed. Thing number 6. You can never think that you're better than everybody else.
Yeah, never think that anyway.
Is a very important and unwritten law in Norway. It basically says you shouldn't think that you're any better. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't have self-esteem. It just means that just don't be cocky, no matter how professional or how rich you are. Norwegians don't like people.
That's really an actual law? I feel like that's what she said, that you can't be like that, thinking you're better than anyone else. You should never do that anyway, but making it a law is kind of crazy.
People who brag. Number 7 might sound funny, but it is not funny at all, guys. When you're in Norway, never say that Sweden is better at winter sports. I'm just making sure that no one can hear me here. Norwegians and Swedes are bitter rivals when it comes to winter sports, especially winter Olympic sports. Swedes even have a theory that Norwegians dope themselves because they win a lot. But if there is the one thing you never do in Norway is to make fun of Olympians here. However, it doesn't mean that you cannot talk about it at all. Just be respectful. Because guys, now I understand after last winter how difficult it is to become such a strong character.
Snowboarding is literally, I would say it's my second favorite sport next to football and tennis. So I just started liking tennis, but snowboarding, I loved it so much. I got the hang of it the very first time I started snowboarding. I learned toe side, so my calves were burning the entire day, and I didn't understand why until somebody's like, yeah, you need to be going heel side as well. So I learned that one, but I got very good at toe side, and I don't know, the second time I went snowboarding, it was like a blast. I was actually able to go up ramps. I was going very fast. Oh man, I gotta go again now. It's making me, I wonder how good the slopes are. And since they actually have mountains here in Norway, oh man, I gotta try that someday.
In terms of winter sports, the training is so painful. And I'm talking about random snowboarding, not about professional training for professional Olympic sports. Number 8, do not ask questions that show that you have no knowledge at all about Norway.
Ooh.
It is not a good idea to visit Norway and ask where are there polar bears.
What?
Or if Norway is the capital of Sweden. Believe me guys, this happens a lot. I even had a few examples.
Hold on. People are really saying is Norway the capital of Sweden? What in the world? I feel like those are probably Americans. No offense, they probably are.
Without naming names, I told people that currently I live in Norway and they go like, you moved to Sweden. No, I'm living in Norway. It might sound funny, but believe me, first of all, you will feel stupid making statements like this. And secondly, Norwegians and people who currently live here will make fun of it for many years after.
Silly Bridget.
Number 9, not dressing for the weather and complain about it. As Norwegians say, there is no such a thing as a bad weather, only bad clothes. Oh,
you gotta have the right stuff.
I told you there is not such a thing as a bad weather, only bad clothes. Actually, Norwegians complain quite a lot about the weather. Go to Bergen and talk to local Norwegians there. They will complain a lot about.
Who's from Bergen? Is this true? Do you guys complain about the weather all the time, or do you just deal with it? I wonder if she is correct.
How often it's raining here. However, Norwegians know exactly how to dress up for the cold weather. If you don't know what to wear in Norway and coming here winter time,
just
watch
ask
my
somebody.
previous video.
Yeah. Or watch her video.
How layers work. If you show up wearing a t-shirt and shirts when it's minus 10 degrees, you should thank yourself. Number 10. Think that you can see the northern lights anywhere in Norway all year round. Some
That
people
sucks.
actually think that it's dark in Norway all the time and you can see the northern lights everywhere and all year round.
What?
That is not true. The best time to see the northern lights up north would be from September until early March. And still there is no guarantees. You can spend 2 weeks up north in Arctic Circle without seeing them because of cloudy weather. So if you really want to be lucky and experience such an event as Northern Light, watch my previous videos. There I'm explaining how to book a proper tour to the Arctic Circle and how to find the right people to show you the Northern Lights.
I'm about to check those out too, probably.
They can even bring you all the way to Finland to make sure that your dream will come true and you will see the Northern Lights. Number 11. Visit only Oslo, the capital of Norway.
Yes.
And
Don't do that. In any country, don't do that. I understand maybe if you can only go to one city in a country, so you pick, the capital. I believe that's the capital, right? Picking a big city like that, that might be okay, but at least try to explore or split up your day. But I know a lot of people will, if they go to France, they're literally going to Paris, right? That's just how it is. So I guess just don't visit only Oslo, even though that's where my family's from.
actually, in Norwegian, the right way to pronounce the name of the capital is Oslo. Oslo is a great starting point to spend there a few days, to go to the parks, to visit Aker Brygge, to visit Viking Ship Museum, also the opera. But after that, my advice, go somewhere else. Travel to Bergen. You will see those fascinating Norwegians, legendary fjords. Or move even up north, like to Lofoten or to Tromsø, and you will have a great chance wintertime to see those legendary northern lights, or summertime you will experience midnight sun.
Yes.
It's literally when the sun doesn't go down and it stays daylight 24/7 from the end of May, I believe, until the very beginning of August. Last but
That's
not
gotta be
least,
exhausting.
my advice before you travel to Norway or to any other country: first, research some information about country. Make sure that you know basic things like the name of the capital or some history about the country you are visiting. Also, just be open-minded. Treat other people with respect, the same way you want to be treated, and you will be just fine. Thank you so much for watching this video and also having fun with me hiking around. Stay safe, be happy, and I will see you next week. Bye.
The forest that she was hiking in, that actually looked a lot of fun. I feel like you could just walk for miles and miles and miles and not even get tired just because you're having so much fun and looking at so many things. Now, when I think of the rules, the things she said not to do while you're in Norway, that seems very universal among several different countries, including America. Especially like staring at people like right in the eye, like it's kind of weird in a sense, especially if you get really close. There's some people who do that, trust me, there are. But overall, now you know a little bit about Norwegian etiquette, and don't you forget the next time you're visiting, maybe when you go to Oslo.